It's pretty close. Oh. It's got that detect technology. It's got so many different features. It's our best buy of the day. Here we go. All right, 2 words, power and performance. That is what Shark has based itself on for the many years that they've been here at HSN, and they deliver something so special every time they bring a new product here to HSN. Do you know this already has almost 155-star reviews on hsn.com? And you're asking yourself why? What is it about Shark? Well, listen, Shark has been doing this for years and years and years. The people that started that company, I've known them forever. They're brilliant people, and what they said is, they said, listen, what is the key to getting that really, really good suction? And there's so many other features, and I'll get into that in a minute, but what is the key to getting that really, really, really good suction? Well, here it is. We vacuum different surfaces at different levels. A lot of us have bare floors, wood floors, we have runners, we have carpeted floors, we have all these things. Why are vacuums always at the same level when they extract the stuff? This has what we call detect technology. It actually knows the surface. You don't have to get down there and hit a button. You don't have to push a latch to make it go lower. It senses when to increase and decrease power automatically. You never, ever have to do that. Plus, it's a 3-in-1. It's a beautiful upright vacuum. It's a stick vacuum. It's a handheld detailing vacuum. You get absolutely everything. It's Shark technology at its best. So, here's what we're doing. Every day of the week, I could barely read it, but I think that says $397 is what you would pay for this. Almost $400. You're getting it for half the price today. It's exclusive here at HSN. We have incredible colors. I'm going to get to those in just a minute, but first I want to get Megan Clementi out here because I miss her. And she's so one, and you know her from Shark for years and years. Yeah. This is an amazing deal. And Shark, yes, like I said, what I love about them is they have great ideas, and they must go through this think tank and be like, you know what, we could do better. We can get something that's at the next level. And the technology that's in this, it's even got HEPA filtration. It just stacks and stacks and stacks on everything that you wanted. And I will tell you this, do you know in your last airing, we expected to sell a certain amount? You doubled the amount that a lot of it is her. She's wonderful. But realistically, without this, where would we be? And it is amazing.
I feel so privileged to be able to work with Shark, because Shark is literally top of the line. This is quality. You get a 5-year warranty, but it's affordable. So this is an incredible price. And now I'm able to present to you something that we've never had as a today's special, and it's called Directional Detect. This is the epitome to me, because I had no idea that we've all been vacuuming wrong. When you go up and then you go backwards on that angle, you actually leave stuff behind. My girlfriend Catherine in California was blown away. She's got dogs, she's got kids, and she said, I didn't know that I was cleaning my floors wrong. And now that she has the Detect, she says it's a total game changer. So let me show you what I mean by that. Let me show you what Catherine means by it, by comparing Shark to Shark. So we have one of our older models that does not have that floor Detect. I'm gonna clean the floor just like I normally would. And of course, Guy, you're gonna see what I see, the fact that the dirt disappears. I want you to look behind the vacuum, behind the Shark. As I'm going backwards, it gives this appearance, oh look, it's gone. But wait, look behind me. Look over here. As I go forward,
yeah, it just pushed it away.
Look at what was left behind. All of that didn't get picked up. Even when I move my Shark vacuum out of the way, a line has been left there. There's something underneath your floor nozzle that's called a skirt. Has a great purpose. When I move forward, which by the way, now we're using the new Shark Detect, I'm gonna do the exact same pattern. I'm gonna move straight up, and again, I want you to watch behind. As I'm cutting through, guys like getting the perfect angle, trying to see if it's going to collect. I'm now gonna go forward.
Look, it's
and
all
so
gone.
that you guys know I'm telling the truth, I'm gonna lift it up and pull it away. Gone. Watch this. Look at the pile that was left by that other Shark.
Are you gonna do it backwards?
I'm gonna do it backwards. There's the pile. The pile is now gone. I'm even gonna come back here where that line was left. And I'm gonna turn it on, and I'm gonna lift it away.
That is awesome.
And that line that was just here is also gone.
You know,
that
Megan,
is the Directional Detect.
People don't realize that their vacuums only suck in one direction.
I'm embarrassed to say that I didn't realize that
Most people don't know. I mean, think about it. You're getting suction forward and reverse, so now that's cutting your vacuuming time in half. All right, so I think I said $3.99. I think it's $3.79. We are doing it at $1.99. We're doing it on FlexPay, and we're doing it with free shipping and handling. It is lightweight, believe it or not. With all those features, it weighs about 13 pounds. We are $180 off our price. There are so many features that I wish we had a full hour, because I know you've done full hours, but I know Megan can work quickly.
I'm going to do my best.
Especially when she's got a vacuum that actually does double duty in half the time.
Seriously.
But for all your detail cleaning, we have the LiftAway technology. We're going to get to that as well. We've got headlights, my favorite, because we don't always vacuum in places that are well lit. We have an odor neutralizer, which actually, as the return comes through, you know, sometimes the air can smell funny. It actually neutralizes odors as it feeds them back into the room. HEPA filtration, 99.9% of allergens that go in ain't coming out. So there's that little odor neutralizer, which I actually have. I have it on my, I have the, I forgot what it's called. I have the
Ultralight Pro.
I have the Ultralight Pro, and it's got that as well. And I have a dog now, so it's really nice because I don't have any odors. But realistically, and Megan knows this more than anybody, vacuum, the number one thing everybody is okay, is it powerful? Is it gonna have suction? Is it gonna do the job? Because I don't care what it's got. You know, it can have tinted windows. I don't care. What I want is I want it to suck really well. That's really what it is.
Yeah, suck good, not suck bad.
And that's what this does. Really quickly, I want to give you the colors, and then we're going to show you a demo that's just going to blow you away, okay? So, if you want burgundy, which is over there, all right, we'll show it to you. I'll walk over really quick.
Burgundy is very pretty.
It is already last call on burgundy. I think this is your, third show.
It is.
300 or so remaining.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I have it in the blue iris. We're okay in the blue iris. And then I also have it in the purple ash.
That's right in front of you.
Which is right here. I like that color.
I love that color.
Yeah, that is like a really light kind of, very, very, very light kind of grayish purple color.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that, but this is gonna sell out, no doubt, today. So let's go back to power.
Okay, so when you get a Shark, number one, no matter what kind of style you're looking for, you know that a Shark is gonna be powerful. And there's no better way to show this by sucking up a whole bunch of billiard balls. So
yeah, but it's already full.
Okay, so this is a big deal, guys, because normally when your canister is full, this means wear and tear on your motor, and it means it's gonna stop with the suction because it doesn't wanna hurt it. Shark knows better. Their engineers are smarter in what they do, and so they have figured out how to get that same great suction. And by the way, it's coming from the handheld. We all need to put this in perspective, because so many times you use your vacuum cleaner, you're like, man, if I use it on the floor, the suction's great, but if I use it above the floor, the suction's not.
Right, because it has to go through all that hose. And
exactly.
You think, right.
Watch, all that hose.
Watch.
This is a,
I want you
We're
to see.
We're just gonna go for it.
Look what we have down here. Now, y'all know billiard balls are solid. They're like stones. Watch this.
So you're hearing them slam to the top right now. The only reason why is because that suction is so strong that they're smacking up at the top. I've already put an entire row or entire set of billiard balls, which I want to say is 15. I'm now working on the second set. This is the most we've ever put in. 2 entire racks. That's 30 billiard balls, plus the 2 cue balls. So we're actually at 32. Now, normally I end there, but I am gonna run around to your side.
I'm doing the suction still.
Okay, you're gonna love this part.
I'll go over here.
All right, so we have minimum and maximum suction. So when I'm on max, full suction. When I'm on min, there's max. Whoa, that's loud. There's min and max. Why does that matter to you? It matters because in our home, we have delicate things. If I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna take my Shark and I say, you know what? I really wanna do the blinds. I'm gonna go into LiftAway Advanced and maybe I'm gonna put on my dusting brush.
You're cutting the weight down by probably 30%.
I'm gonna put it, simply by using my thumb, I'm gonna put it into low suction, and now I'm not gonna suck the drapes into my Shark, because without that, I might, because it's so powerful.
So I have shutters. I have you know, the little, so that would do, or not
Look
shutters, you know what I'm talking, blinds.
The blinds, you can go in between each of the blinds.
And this has a little feather technology on the outside, so it actually agitates the dust up, and then it gets sucked right into the wand. It's so smart.
It articulates.
I saw that.
So if you needed to, if you're getting maybe underneath I don't have anything over here, but if you're going...
Baseboards, things like that.
Well, not even the baseboard, but like any kind of drawer system that's floating and you have the cobwebs under there.
Oh, it could be under a dresser where the cobwebs are up underneath the dresser.
Or you go behind the dresser, and because it articulates, where you would say, oh man, the handle is hitting the wall, you say, it's okay. I could turn it this way so it's flush, and now I can go all the way down the dresser and get everything because of that articulation.
We are already very busy, by the way, and we have just scratched the surface on what this Shark vacuum can do for you. If you do want the burgundy, I've got about maybe 300 left. That is it, maybe less than that now. This has been so popular. We are already twice as many have been spoken for than we thought about. And I think what people love about this most too, Megan, is it's like almost every really good feature plus brand new ones that Shark all in one machine. And by the way, a lot of people get stuck and they're like, I just want a handheld vac. I want a stick vac. I would like to have an upright because I have really big, I have a lot of carpeting. I'd like, this is all three of those into one unit. So it could be, for many of you out there, the last vacuum you ever need to buy.
So one of the reasons you loved the Ultralight Pro was because it had that odor neutralizer. Because of that, we're cutting through the stinky, we're cutting through the smelly. The dust, the dander, the mustiness is gonna be a part of your past, because now you have odor neutralization. And what that means is the little puck, which I'll show you as soon as I'm done cleaning, it's going to release this neutralizer inside.
Edge cleaning, wow.
Well, and let me go ahead and do that all the way over to the edge, right? So you can really see all of that getting picked up. Even the mounds, I pull at the mounds from Advance so that it can really, really go deep down. All right, I'm gonna come down here really quick. This is that puck that I was just explaining. This guy right here is what has the odor neutralizer inside of it. When this is put in, you can decide, you line up the little arrows and you can do more if it's a super dog-friendly home. And you can do less if maybe it's just you at home and maybe you have an older home, but it's gonna go inside and it's gonna neutralize the smell. So when it comes out of this exhaust system, you're not smelling last week's broccoli, you're not smelling wet dog. All of that is now locked inside. And to add to that, you're gonna be having these three filters. You're gonna get your foam filter, which you can clean with just water. You have a felt filter, and then actually down here is your true HEPA filtration.
3 levels.
So you're gonna be able to pick up 99.97% of the allergens in your room.
You know, one of the biggest problems with most vacuums out there is they return a lot of the crap into the air, and then it lands all over the place. So you wind up having to vacuum more, or it scatters everywhere, right? You're like, oh my gosh. And remember, this vacuum's forward and reverse. Most vacuums do not do that, okay? This has that technology, and we haven't even shown you one of our favorite features, which is the Detect technology, which actually shows you how it knows the level of the floor.
So I'm gonna show you that right now.
That is so cool to me.
So when I turn this on, I want you guys to see right here, that Detect, it has these lines and it shows that I'm on a hard floor.
It's like a little diamond.
I'm going to scooch this over to the carpet, and almost immediately, the light was on this side showing hard floors, and it goes to this side. I'm gonna go backwards and show that to you again. I'm gonna go back onto the tile.
So watch right here.
Right here. So we're on this side. I'll leave my finger there. Oop. And now it's on this side.
I can hear it.
You can hear it? Okay, so I'm glad you said that, because when it goes into carpet mode, it'll kick it almost 4 times the speed that it was going on the hard floor.
So you're getting 4 times the power, realistically.
Exactly. So how many times, and I am one of these people, have you cleaned your whole house and you went, darn it, I was in hard floor mode on my carpet, and now I
wondering why
have to
nothing was working.
Yes! Now, that is one less decision that you have to make, because it is making it for you. There is an IntelliSense sensor on the bottom, and its job is to do 2 things: to know when you're going in reverse, and to know when you are going from a hard floor to a carpet floor, and vice versa. So if I go over to this floor, you see the carpet right there.
It's gonna go back down.
And it gets a little bit quieter.
It's more quiet.
And now we're on the hard floor.
So if I could do an analogy here for you, all right? Let's imagine that we're on a flat road and we're driving down the street, and then all of a sudden we hit a hill. The carpet is the hill, right? Because it's deeper, the dirt is down deeper, it automatically shifts 4 gears higher to create more suction, all right? And then remember also, you know, because it's detecting the level, it's almost like your car that, you know, you have shocks in your car because you're on bumps. It knows. Yeah.
Those are great examples.
But think about it. It knows when it hits a hill and it kicks it into gear. I'd never heard a vacuum be able to do that. All right, I have to update everybody because we're already very busy. If you want burgundy, I got 250 left. That's going to sell out probably in the next 10 minutes. So if you like the burgundy, although to me, it really doesn't matter what color. I'm more concerned about performance, but I know a lot of you, if you have the choice.
But they all perform the same, so then color suddenly matters.
And by the way, I want to remind everybody, this thing weighs, what, 13 pounds?
13 pounds.
It's 13 pounds. It's hard to believe. I know, you look at it, you're like, with all that technology, you would think, oh my gosh, it's got to weigh 20 pounds. It weighs 13 pounds, extra long cord. I love that it has lights. I will not buy a vacuum anymore without lights. I'm like, you know what?
Lights are now a necessity.
You have to have lights. Everybody vacuums in dark spaces. Do you have lights under your bed? No. Do you have lights under your furniture? No. If you want to do something late at night, do you want to turn all the lights on to vacuum? No. You just want to do your quick spills, so you have to have built-in headlights. Last thing I'll say on that, because I know Megan has, there's so many demos we want to show you.
Guys.
Who out there in a motorized product is going to give you a 5-year warranty?
Yeah.
Nobody does that, all right? There's some that do 2. 1, there's the occasional one that does 3. A 5-year warranty tells you one thing, big thing. They stand behind the product. If anything happens, they will replace it or refund whatever they have to do. So you can buy it without worrying about that. You can be like, you know what, I'm buying a really good car here. I'm buying it from a company that really will stand behind me. And again, there's so many different things that it does. It is your handheld vacuum. It is your stick vacuum. It is your powerful floor vacuum. It does all 3. We haven't even scratched the surface on the tools that it comes with. It comes with all kinds of great tools. So if you need to get in the cracks and crevices, if you want to vacuum your mattress, you can do all those things with this. So we've got some reviews really quick that will pop up, and I think there's like 155-star reviews. And you can read them right there yourself, but I'll go over them. Wonderful vacuum, very good vacuum. I love with the suction, goes from hard floor to carpet. I love that she said that, whoever Kate Chase was said, I don't have to adjust it. You don't want to bend over and have to hit a switch, and then you don't even know if it really works. Great vacuum, easy to use. Love this vacuum. It goes on and on and on, and everybody recommends it. I wish we had 20,000 of these, but we don't. It will sell out today. So if you are tired of the search for the ultimate vacuum, here it is right here. You know, it's funny because I have gone through several different vacuums since I worked here at HSN. I bought the real fancy, expensive ones. My most recent purchase was the ultralight, the Shark.
Which is awesome. I do love my ultralight.
My cleaning lady, who comes once every 3 weeks now, because I'm getting ready to retire, she can only come every 3 weeks, but I refuse to do bathrooms and all that stuff. She used the other one, and now she just uses this. She goes, I love the power. It has, she goes, I know it has a cord, but it's corded power. It makes my job easier. And that's really what Shark wants to make.
You have power that lasts and lasts throughout your entire home.
They want to make your cleaning easier, not so much of a chore. It's like, I'll never forget the first time I bought a really good lawnmower, I was like, this is what cutting grass is supposed to be about. This is
it's not supposed to be hard.
I'm actually enjoying this. I have a really good, it's not that, I sprung for the $399 vacuum or lawnmower instead of the $200 one. It makes a difference, but in this case, you are getting it at the best price. We are almost 50%, I think we're 47 or 48% off of our regular price. Get it while you can. You can see our counter. People are snatching this thing up as quickly as we can. I'm gonna do one more update and then hand it back to Megan because she's got a lot to show you. Kyle, how many left in the purple? Burgundy. So now we have close to 200 left. So that's going to be the first one to go. I like I either like that blue iris. The one I would get, I think I'd get the.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, the purple ash.
It's like, because everyone went white and everyone went gray for a while, and this is like a tiny pop of color with still being a neutral.
My ultralight is in that bright green. I love that green.
The
color.
emerald?
Yeah, I love that.
That was beautiful.
So we're gonna show you a demonstration. I'm not gonna steal Megan's thunder. We're gonna show you a demonstration of something that you normally never get to see.
Yes.
You get to see what's on the surface of and what you're removing from the surface as you vacuum, but you rarely get to see what's going on underneath.
We're gonna give you an under the skirt view. So you guys are gonna look underneath here, and this is a glass countertop. I'm gonna tip this back, and this is the reverse technology. We call it directional detect that I want you guys to notice. So I'm gonna turn it on, and remember, it's moving backwards. Most vacuums do not pick up from behind. They do what our old Shark does, which is create a pile that's left behind. Do you see a pile? I do not see a pile. I'm gonna move forward.
That is
because of course we're gonna be able to pick it up moving forward. And now I'm gonna move backwards. And all of that is disappearing. Now remember, I'm on glass. This is the sign of a great vacuum, is when I move it out of the way, what is being left behind? You can still see through it because all of it is gone. So what's happening? I have just the nozzle down here. 90% of our technology is happening in this floor part right here. So this is a really big deal. This is what your typical vacuum cleaner does not have. This IntelliSense sensor. I also love that Shark gives me stickers for everything, so you're gonna get stickers too. Right here is that sensor. This is what's gonna say on the front, the detect, whether it's gonna be hard floor, which will look like this guy, or it'll be on this side and it'll be like these little pegs that's supposed to be your carpet. That is the floor detect. But the directional detect is determined by the skirt. This little guy is probably now on most vacuum cleaners. Its job is when you go in the forward direction, anything that hits the skirt from being kicked backwards, it stops it so it doesn't scatter.
Right.
That's important. And then it gets sucked up. But when you move backwards, it also stops it from going into the line of suction.
See how it's flexible?
That's what Shark did.
You see that? Most of those go in one direction and they're fixed. This is flexible,
Exactly.
so it goes forward and reverse. And I'm noticing one of my favorite features of a lot of Shark vacuums, which is the fins.
Okay, and that's what we're gonna do next.
The fins are like, because if you...
The fins are the best.
I got a dog, there's dog hair, and even though it's short hair, there's still hairs that can get stuck. I'm a crazy person about taking care of my teeth. Dental floss.
Oh, yeah.
That is the bane of most vacuum cleaners is dental floss or any kind of a thread. How does this work on that?
So every time that brush roll rotates, it's actually cleaning itself.
Okay.
This is our self-cleaning brush roll. It's our most advanced brush roll that I've ever presented. It's our Hair Pro 360. When I say that this floor nozzle is the most advanced I've ever presented, it has all this technology in one. I brought you Sharks that just had this brush roll, you went gaga for it. I brought you the Ultralight Pro that was fantastic because they had the odor neutralizer and the true HEPA and the anti-allergen seal. You guys went gaga for it. I'm now bringing you all of that with the LiftAway technology and this floor detect that's making decisions for you that you don't need to make, right? They're simple. Is this going to be, which I'll show you right here, is it going to be on the carpet? Or is it gonna be on the tile? When I turn it on, if it's in detect mode, it'll say, hey, I already know that it's on the carpet right now. See how it's on the right side? When I pull it back, it just jumped to the side. I come forward, it jumps. It's almost instantaneous that it knows where it is. That's a decision you don't really need to make, right? It's very obvious to it, so you can just move from floor to floor and concentrate on the mess ahead.
Because nobody wants to have to hit a bunch of dials and switches every time they switch to a floor.
Well, and just so you know, you can, right? So this red button right here can actually scoop back to hard.
So you can put it on the...
You can choose to.
It's automatic, but you can choose to keep it at one setting or the other if you would like. Look at the pile. We're gonna come up close. Look at the pile of dirt here. Most vacuums would push that all over the place.
100%. They would attempt to plow over it, and they would actually just snow plow it to the other side of the room, right? Not Shark Detect. It sees it, it comes, it tackles it. And it's doing it in both directions. And so when we are moving through and I say, hey, it's making decisions for you, it's saying, you know what, as I come through here and I'm going forward, awesome. But it also knows as I'm going backwards,
that is brilliant.
I'm gonna be able to pick up that stuff so that I can then move on to the next part.
Look at that. I'm more impressed than I ever thought I would because I haven't had a chance to see these demos.
This is the most impressive.
All right, so do me a favor. Go back on the regular straight road and then hit the hill.
Oh yeah, so
listen.
We got our detect and listen to it, so you're gonna hear it rev up.
Hear that vibration?
Yeah.
And then you see it change because it knows it's on a difficult part where you're going to have dirt not only on the surface but probably down deep into the pile of the carpet. So it needs to be more powerful. It's like when you downshift, like I said, in your car. You go to a lower gear to go up a hill because you need more power to get up there. And this vacuum automatically adjusts to that. Look at that. Look at the marks. Look at the carpet lines.
I just did one pass each direction, and all that hair
Crazy.
just disappeared. Why? Because that skirt is not in the way.
Right.
It falls back and allows me to collect everything. So this is what I say, when you're gonna get that best clean, you're gonna have the most efficient clean, it's because you can work so much faster and so much smarter. And you're still gonna get the traditional stuff like being able to have such strong suction that we're going deep down into the crevices. So whether this is gonna be your grout lines in the bathroom or it's gonna be your sliding shutters that you want to get the dirt out within there, or just if you're going to use this as a wand and you're going to put your crevice tool on it and you're moving to use it maybe in between things, in between the cushions, or you can actually break this down and then take it into the car.
Here's your stick vac. Look at this.
Here's the wand, and now I have a portable machine that I can go into the car. I have my crevice tool on this side. I have my upholstery tool on this side. I can get between the seats. I can get my floorboards, and now I cut down the weight and the size.
You know, I have a gentleman that comes in about once every, 4 weeks or 5 weeks will detail my car for me, and he doesn't use a little car vac. He uses a real industrial.
He wants the real deal.
He's like, and most of the people that, when you have the little car vac, it doesn't really get up anything. You're using a full-size vacuum, basically broken down so you can handle it, right? Because it can be a handheld vacuum, and now you can address all those other areas of your home, like the blinds, like cracks, crevices. I haven't used my vacuum to get rid of spiders. Sorry, I'm saying it, but I will suck those guys right up. I'm sorry, you don't belong in the house. Get outside. We're showing you the fins as they work, whether it's hair, and it runs in forward and reverse. It's funny, but I never really thought about that till you said it at the beginning of the show, that most vacuums do not suck up in that direction. They push because they have that fixed little brush that is meant to keep everything in the front of it. So you're basically just vacuuming in one direction. This does the work double duty, goes forward and reverse. So now you're cutting your cleaning time in half. We're showing you some of the detailing you can do and all the different accessories that we are giving you. Having the ability to flip the brush too, so we can go up or down so you can get in the cracks and crevices. Knowing that if you have a pet, a dog or a cat, and you're vacuuming it in a pet area, you've got that odor neutralizer. You've got headlights, so if you need to go underneath a bed, you can see that as well. Automatically adjusting to the level of the floor. That is brilliant. It's like all of a sudden, and I keep making automobile references because I'm a dude, but all of a sudden it's like you got snow tires.
Yeah.
Right? And you're going through.
You can move on any terrain.
You can move on any terrain.
Yeah.
But this does it automatically. When you get back on a hard floor or a flat road, it lightens up because it's like, we don't need this much power. If we use that much power, it probably will scatter, so it knows to kind of lower the gear, less strain on the motor. And by the way, and I'll say it again, not a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or even a 4. It comes with a 5-year warranty. We have this available on FlexPay. The shipping and handling is free. It's $40, gets it home. You have 30 days to try it out. And do that, please. A lot of you out there are like, oh, I don't want to spend $199. Let me tell you, you spend $40, you get it home, you try it, you'll be like, holy, you know what, it really does work. It really, really does. Yeah. And you'll be happy about it. And for many of you, senior customers out there, you may never have to buy another vacuum again because you are getting not just a vacuum, you're getting 3 different vacuums. One that can detail, one that you can use as a stick, all right, one that you can use on all your hard surface floors, your carpeted floors, your area rugs. You can use it on all that. And today we are doing it for $180 less than what our normal price will be. And as I said before, we're shipping it for free. All right, here's the value really quick. You can take a breather. We're gonna show you the value.
All right.
No, you got more to do, Megan. Don't get too comfortable. Oh, look at this. It's 2 things. All right, the vacuum is $379. We're giving you that extra upholstery tool, which is, hey, it's a $17 value. It's $397.98. If you buy it today, you are under $200. You have FlexPay, you have free shipping. It's funny because I guess I got my first house many years ago, and it's funny because when you rent it, when you have an apartment, you usually get somebody else's vacuum. Your mom gave you her old one.
Yeah.
But then you get your own first house, and that's the first time you're like, you understand the value of, listen, if I'm going to spend money, I might as well get whatever I can afford, the best I can get. When you think about the vacuums that are out there, the real high-end ones, you can spend $400 or $500.
Easily.
Who wants to do that? Shark has taken it. And by the way, a lot of those other companies have stolen a lot of the tricks.
I will not comment on that.
We won't say anything, but a lot of the things that they have done, other companies have adopted because they're like, hey, that's a great idea, because that's what these guys do. They're constantly thinking about
Shark, I'll say this, Shark has over 3,000 patents. Like, they created 3,000 different technologies that have gone into our Shark since 1998. I just want to throw this out there. Guys telling you, just get it home and try it out. I want to go a step further, and I want to introduce the Shark Challenge to you. I want you to take your carpet. I want you to look at it and say, you know what, this looks clean to me. I already used it on my other vacuum, and you look at it and you say, I am fine. But you know what? It's the bottom of the stairs. A lot of people still wear their shoes in the house. Turn it on. You know, number one, it has floor detect.
It's empty, by the way.
Yes, it's totally empty. This has floor detect, so you don't even have to bother saying, oh, should I put it on this or should I put it on that? Number two, it has directional detect. So I can have full confidence that I would move through here with one pass cleaning because I know that it's also working in the reverse. And now here's where the challenge really comes into play. You're gonna open this up and you're gonna say, I wonder if my vacuum cleaner left anything behind. And then you go like this and you go, oh, what has been hiding in my carpet?
Oh my God.
Hair, sand, dirt, dust, dead skin cells,
and you're down
debris.
there, and you're down there with your grandkid, and you're playing on that carpet. And remember, that shag rug, by the way, sweet, like 70s shag carpet we had there, but that hides a lot of that grime and dirt. Remember, it's like, you know, that's like 2 inches of hair in your head, right?
So
and you would never not think about not washing it. You need to get deep down, and that's where that detect technology works. It recognizes, okay, this is a hill, this is a hard part. We're gonna crank it up 4 times the speed. And that speed and agitation is what is getting all that stuff out of there. And then look what she did. She turned it into a handheld. You are brilliant. Look at that.
So you're gonna use this however you want. The fact that I could, if I want to, just put this on the stair and use it like this. Remember, you're gonna take this into the car. You're gonna use it on your seat cushions. I wanna throw it out. I just learned, and I've had this for, I don't know, probably 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
And for the first time ever, I was doing my baseboards with the wands. So I'm walking around my house like this, just running along all the baseboards.
Yeah.
And I got to the stairs. I'm like, oh, the stairs. 1, 2. I'm like, how far can I go? I got to the 7th stair, and I never stood on a stair.
On the stairs.
So right away, I'm like, oh my gosh, from a safety perspective, from an empowerment perspective, my mom, she could totally clean her stairs. No problem, not worrying about falling or the shark falling on her. She doesn't have to worry about it. This gives you all the control to get your best clean. It empowers you to be able to do it independently and not rely on somebody else.
Yeah, and by the way, I did want to update everybody.
Yeah.
I love everything you're saying, and I even like how when you lock it all back in together, it sounds so solid.
That's that anti-allergen
It's
complete
like-
seal. It's got to be solid, otherwise debris can escape.
You always know a good car when you shut the door. How does that sound? Does it sound solid? Boom,
Yeah.
right? You know it's built well when it makes that solid click, so you know you're good to go. So what I wanted to tell everybody is if you want this, and this is the burgundy, almost 200 gone in the presentation, and I've got maybe 200 left? 170 left.
Oh, wow, that's fast.
So that'll probably be gone. We are just about out of time.
Yeah.
We have about another 90 seconds.
Okay.
I want to show you something that's a big deal for a lot of people out there because they have pets or they have daughters or whatever, and they have long hair, beautiful hair, like this girl. You don't have to worry about hair. Hair is the enemy of your vacuum, but not this one.
That's right, because not only are we gonna suck it up, which all sharks are gonna do because we're so great on suction, but the best part about it is when I kick this back, it's a self-cleaning brush roll. So now I'm not having to cut away or rip away or re-clean the floors because of all the nastiness that's been left behind.
It feels so good to look at that.
It's so good.
You know how many times I had to take like a knife or a pair of scissors and get down there?
Do you see my hair? I don't have a dog. I am the dog in my family. I am the shedder.
You are. I told you, with me, it's because it's me and Danny.
Right.
Dental floss. And I taught him to floss too. You do
have great teeth.
Well, it's all about the dental floss will kill it. And remember, that does it to protect the motor.
Yeah.
Everything is smart because we're giving you a 5-year warranty. This has to last. So all those features are what's going to benefit you. So wrapping it all up, it's $379, $397 is the retail. We are at about half price of that. We are at $199.99. We are doing free shipping and handling. We'll ship it right to your door. I want you to try it out for 30 days. If I'm wrong, if Megan's wrong, if we're just up here, making a big
return
boo,
it.
then you can always return it. Shark's been around for a long time because they are people that you can trust. The item number on this is 898482. I am so happy for all of you that got that, but I'm very sad because I'm not sure when I'm going to get to work with this beautiful lady again, who is absolutely wonderful, Megan Clemente.
It might be our last time.
You're the best. You are the best. I'll see you. You know.
I know.
I'll be here.
I
I'll be
know.
here.